Hey, Rasmanites, how's it hanging? Well, I had planned, of course, to talk about TNA Turning Point for today's wrestling edition. However, I decided that it'd be better to do that next week. So we'll talk about Turning Point and Survivor Series next week because I wanted to respond to a video before said video got too old to be doing a relevant response to. And that's a video that Spinnernet put up last week about the price of pay-per-views and why it's so expensive to be a wrestling fan these days. So that's what we're going to talk about today on the Razman's Reality. Internet was 100% correct when he talks about it's way too expensive to afford every single pay-per-view. A lot of times the wrestling that you see on these monthly pay-per-views is just incredibly lackluster, and who wants to spend $30 to $50 for an HD pay-per-view, $60 for WrestleMania in HD, when for WWE pay-per-views you can go to Hooters restaurants or Rooster's restaurants, and for TNA pay-per-views you can find other means. I mean, it makes a lot more sense to have a meal and pay $15, $20, $25 max as opposed to paying $40, $50, sometimes $60 on a pay-per-view. And that's why I think more restaurants should pick up pay-per-views, because it would do a lot for their business. But it is very, very clear that Dixie Carter and Vince McMahon don't give a darn about wrestling fans. The economy all over the world is in the worst shape that it's ever been. And for them to expect us to be able to keep up with every pay-per-view on television these days is just ridiculous. It makes you long for the old closed circuit days of the early WrestleManias, which I guess is what Hooters and Roosters qualifies as now. And to me, it just makes a lot more sense to either go to a restaurant or find other means to watch a pay-per-view than to pay full price for one. The only pay-per-view nowadays that I will pay full price for is WrestleMania, but that's just because WrestleMania is WrestleMania. That's it. So I want to know from you Razmanites out there, what do you think about this? If WWE is going to continue to have monthly pay-per-views, should they change them from monthly pay-per-views to bi-monthly pay-per-views? Because that's one of the things I was thinking about. Do it every other month. Take more time to build up the storylines that way. I think it would be a lot smarter on the company's part. So please let me know what you think, and I will see you with another wrestling episode next Monday. This is Reality according to the Razman and Razman Style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.